Hi, my name is Sio, and I want to take you on an adventure through one of the many planes of Magic the Gathering. Today we're going to be unboxing the controversial Marvel Super Drop Secret Lair. Here is the box that I got, and so how about we unbox it and we go through that. So, as we can see here, we have this little bit. So the Secret Lairs, for people who don't know, are these special alternative art drops of Magic the Gathering cards, sometimes usually reprints, that have special art. And with this one has been a fun, controversial one to where they have done limited supplies. I think they've done this with a few in the past, and they're not print to order. And people have been sort of bumping ahead and getting in line to get it, and it's made a lot of people, reasonably upset for something, as relatively popular as superheroes and everything. Now, I was considering buying this, spending $200 on it. Seemed, for like less than 50 cards, is a little extravagant. And at the last second, I decided, nah, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to buy it. That seems silly. But I talked to my wife about it. And the next day, after kind of checking to see, I had a place in line. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I kind of backed out. She's like, hey, by the way, I waited 3 hours for you. I knew, you told me you weren't going to get it, but I picked it up for you, and I actually got it. She waited in line, and she got it, and it was really sweet. And I thought, hey, man, I may as well make a video and do all this. Anyway, let's look into this and see what we got here. Fun little packing bits to make it not move around. Now, she said she got it like 5 minutes before she got through. They said they ran out of the Arcane Signet and Special card. And anyway, so that's the end of the box. So what do we have here? We have Captain America, Iron Man, Wolverine, Storm, and Black Panther. All right. Now, usually with these, it's my understanding that Secret Lairs come with a special extra card, and sort of it could be anything, some sort of reprint of something else, some special art. I haven't seen them, and I think it might be fun. So, let's just go with how about this? The ones I care about least to the ones I care about most. Wolverine and Captain America, I'm actually very excited to see those cards and the art. The Storm is clearly, I think, one of the best made commanders. You can see them online. It's got a storm theme. It looks very fun. Name's apropos. Iron Man seems very combo-y. Character's all right. I don't have a drinking problem, but I can, I like the name. But I don't really like to play combo that much, so I'll do that one here. And Black Panther, while I do like Selesnya, which is white and green, it seems a little wonky and a little janky, so we'll start with this one first. Alright, so like I said, I've never actually bought a Secret Lair before, but we'll open these up and we'll see what it's like. Take your best shot. I will offer no resistance, and it'll be my turn. Alright, well, T'Challa, thank you for being a part of the Secret Lair. Okay. We got the cards. Is that everything in there? It looks like it is. Alright, I'm wearing gloves. Little gloves. I do this when I 3D print and do all sorts of fun stuff with that. But since these are kind of, I don't know, limited, I thought I may as well not get my greasy mitts all over them. Alright, Black Panther, Wakandan King. As much as I'd love to bore you with reading it, you could see them online. It's got first strike. Why not? First strike, survey the realm. When Black Panther or another creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target land you control. See, this whole land minigame sort of thing, that whole dynamic seemed a little funky. You could pay 3 mana, move all +1/+1 counters from target land you control onto target creature. If one or more +1/+1 counters are moved this way, you gain that much life and draw a card. There's a bunch of janky stuff you could do with it, but doesn't really seem super up my alley. Secure the Wastes, another one. Pay X mana and 1 white. Create X/1/1 white warrior creature tokens. Let's see. Bast's Blessing, Primal Vigor. Not bad, not bad. It's not doubling season, but it's doubling season for everybody. If one or more tokens would be created, twice that many tokens are created. If one or more +1/+1 counters are put on a creature, twice that many are put on the creature instead. With Bast's Strength, I can defend this land. Not bad. Heroic Intervention. Ooh, I have a decent amount of cards. I don't have that bad boy. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Very nice, very nice. Karn's Bastion. You could tap it for a generic, colorless, or 4 and tap it to proliferate. Have a warrior token. It's, the ancient warriors of Wakanda fought for a legacy that would last forever. Forever's a long time. And let's see. Oh! Alright, Nature's Lore. Not a bad card. Pretty good, and that's Groot. Why they have Groot, I'm not sure, but it's nice and holographic. That's fun. Search your library for a forest, put that in the battlefield, then shuffle. For years, Wakanda hid in isolation, but now alongside newfound allies, it grows and flourishes. Not bad. Let's see, I have a bunch of sleeves. I'll be right back. Bap, 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 bap. You know, and I do, a lot of people don't really care about the quality of their stuff like that. I like the sleeve tokens. I don't mind, especially if I really like them. It doesn't bother me too much. I don't feel like it's that wasted. So we'll put you over to the side. We'll put our big boy over here. We'll toss that out. Don't really care. And this, hey, can go around. We'll put these bad boys in yaw. Put it to the side. And then we'll move on to the next one. Iron Man. Are those being seen? Can you see those? Hey, you can see enough. I might need more sleeves though. Let's go. So I have actually a long history with comics. I've been reading them since, I think most people, ooh, I know everything. I can't help it. Okay, well, at least he's humble. Bop, bop. Ooh, there we go. You know, I've been reading since high school. I collected a bunch of comics. And, yeah, no, it's just kind of, they've gotten terrible over time. And I kind of been in and out, but it really felt like a weird confluence between all the hobbies I enjoy. And then so, wow. Iron Man, Titan of Innovation. He's 5 mana, 1 blue, 1 red, and 3 generic. He's a 4/4 with flying and haste, which, you know, is not bad. Not bad for 5 mana. He's a human hero. Whenever Iron Man attacks, create a treasure token. Then you may sacrifice a non-creature artifact. If you do, search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed artifact's mana value. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. It's nice that it's able to trigger itself. So even if it is combo-y and silly, you could probably play and do something fun. Maybe make this into a Voltron deck, or do something, you know, unexpected. Galvanic Blasts. This one kind of feels like a waste. 1 red, 2 damage to any target, and then Metalcraft, it deals 4 damage instead if you control 3 or more artifacts. You know, it just really feels like, oh, they want to, you know, sure, I understand the impetus of putting a blast on there, but it really feels like you could do really any cool red damaging spell that's, you know, probably a better reprint or something, and not do something so kind of weak. Ooh, Commander's Plate. Oh boy. 1 mana, which is really good. And then a quick creature gets +3/+3 and has protection from each color that's not in your commander identity. Protection is debt, I think. Which one's debt? Destroy something, target, something. It's not bad. Soul Ring. It's not a bad Soul Ring. It's actually very pretty in real life. Legendary land. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more artifacts, you gain 1 life. You could tap to add generic, and then 4 to sacrifice this and search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. You can only activate it if you have 3 or more artifacts. Inventor's Fair, and then the last one, a token treasure. And, oh, okay. So, once again, holographic, very pretty, and it's a Groot card. Sculpting Steel. You may have this artifact enter as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield. I am Groot, Groot stated. Yes, Tony replied, but have you considered being Iron Man? Okay, well, this is... that's... I don't even know if that's necessarily clever. something. Sculpting Steel, that's all right in some decks. You know, the Urza High Lord Artificer deck. It's not bad. But let's sleeve these up and move on to the next. Boop, 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 boop. That is not bad. And then we'll open up the next one. So I will say I like to make sort of custom card art. That's being very generous to what I do. I like to go on Pinterest, find art, and then crop out art for certain cards that aren't full art or extended art, and then in Photoshop add them in. It's fun though, they look kind of neat. As I told your master, I will not be conquered. I choose not to surrender. Or how do you pronounce that? Ororo Monroe. Oh, Monroe. Ororo Monroe Storm. Excellent. All right. Let's move on to this next one. Let's see. What do we got here? Storm Force of Nature. All right. See, this seems... I thought Tamir. So Tamir is, my understanding, it's green, white, and red with one extra generic. Very fun color combo with Storm effect. She's a 3/4 for 4. She's a mutant hero. She has flying and vigilance, which on its face, like, man, that's really good. Doesn't have haste, but red gives haste things real easy. Careless Tempest. Whenever Storm deals combat damage to a player, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn has Storm. And Storm is when you cast it, copy it for each spell you cast before it this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies. But having green there for the mana ramp just seems so just incredibly good. Gross, but good. Lightning Bolt. Very nice. Very nice. 1 mana does 3 damage. Now, why do I like that versus this? I don't know. Now that I say it out loud, I feel kind of like a hypocrite. I feel like there should have been something different, something more juicy for the Iron Man one, especially when it comes to what he actually does. Doing direct damage just seems so passe if it doesn't contribute to his overall strategy. Storm's Will. Jeskai Will, very nice. Nice interpretation of the card art. You could choose one, so this is really good. If you control a commander as you cast this spell, which hopefully you would, you may choose both instead. Add 1 red mana for each card in target opponent's hand. If they're playing blue, you're probably in good shape. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. Oof. Oh, so good. Ice Storm, destroy target land. Now that's just mean with Storm, just kind of icing somebody out. I used to play a Zask Golgari green-black deck. And man, I got Scoot Swarm in the field. I felt great. My buddy was playing a Mishra Precon. Mishra, if you don't know. He had Spine of Isha. And what that does is it destroys the target permanent. And so every turn he's like, you're playing Scoot Swarm? And he would and just kill one of my lands each turn. And I was just devastated. The war crimes are just horrible. And so destroy target land. Nothing could survive in the wake of Storm's blizzard. Not even the land itself. How rude. Auroros Borealis. Excellent. Metamorphose. 1 or a green or a red. Actually very nice. Add 2 mana of any colors. Draw a card. That just seems just generically so good. And of course, a very nice shiny Regrowth, which, really good with Nature's Lore, actually. Together, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh no, never mind. I thought this was a different one. You see, he's having this little bath. The card art is it's not bad. It's not bad. She looks a little spooky, if I'm being honest, but kind of neat. So let's sleeve these back up. Yeah, no, Command Plate just feels like it contributes. It's something that he can get out pretty quick, even with his ability. Gives him a lot of protection, makes him a little stronger. It's pretty good. Hey, it protects him from, what is it, green, black, and white? Get all that beast within from green and all the wonderful, Wolverine. All the wonderful black and white removal, the exiles and everything. Oof. Now, mechanically, this card it's tied for Captain America with how much I enjoy it. I did build the deck already, I was going to proxy the cards anyway. I don't know what people's opinions are on them, but I print them out and I cut them and I proxy all the time. I have way too many decks, but I think it's fun. I just enjoy the mechanics of the game. Wolverine, what does we got?
I'm the best at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
Logan, thanks for being part of Secret Lair, even though we screwed a bunch of people out of it. Whatever. Let's see, what do we got in here? All right. Very nice. All right, Wolverine, the best there is. I'm gonna need more proxies. Or not proxies, I'm gonna need more sleeves. All right, Wolverine, best there is. Mutant Berserker Hero. Very nice. He's 3 mana, 1 red, 1 green, and 1 colorless for 2/2. 2/2, this must be terrible. Unrivaled lethality. Double all damage Wolverine would deal. Well, that's not bad. It's almost like Double Strike, but better. At the beginning of each step, if Wolverine dealt damage to another creature this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on him. That's not bad. An extra counter every turn for doing a little bit of damage. That's not bad. And then you can pay 1 generic, 1 green to regenerate Wolverine. The next time he would be destroyed this turn, instead, tap him and remove him from combat and heal all damage on him. Well, I think that's pretty good. Very flavorful, you know, it's not indestructible, but he's not indestructible. He keeps coming back. There's different ways to do it, but hey, he's Wolverine, best there is. There might be a different Wolverine card. Who am I kidding? Might be. Then we have Berserk. Cast the spell, it's 1 green mana. Cast the spell before the combat damage step. Target creature gains trample and gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is its power, and at the beginning of the next end step, destroy that creature if it attacked this turn. Yeah, not bad. He's got regenerate, he gets destroyed. It's good that he's got green mana, but I think the amount of stuff that's going to want to destroy him, you're going to have to leave a lot of it up, and you're going to want it to play a lot of fight spells, play a lot of big monsters. I mean, if there was any color that you could leave mana up, it'd be green, so it could be worse. Rite of Passage. Here we got Laura, I believe, right? 2 mana, 1 green. Whenever a creature you control is dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's not bad. Not bad. Could be worse. Ooh, Rhythm of the Wild. I love this card. This is just one of my favorites. It's cost efficient. It's only 3 mana, a red and a green. Creature spells you control can't be countered, which is just nice. It's a big screw you to blue players, which is always, it's advised. And non-token creatures you control have Riot. Riot is it either enters with haste, so it can attack or do its things that turn, or it gets a +1/+1 counter. So many synergies for so many things. I appreciate it. Throughout his adventures with the X-Men, Logan regularly returned to run with his first true family, all the wolves. Ooh, one of my favorite cards. 1 mana, Adamantium Bonding Tank, or the Ozolith. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on Adamantium Bonding Tank. At the beginning of combat on your turn, Adamantium Bonding Tank has counters on it. You may move all counters from it and onto target creature. Oh, jeez. Unnatural growth? All right. All right, that's kind of adorable and silly. Goodness, 5 mana, 4 green pips. At the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn.
That's supposed to be me, bub.
Okay, not bad. I think that's the first one I actually really like. I think Nature's Lore looks really good in terms of all of them, but that might be the first one that I'm a big fan of. It's so silly. Snick, 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 snick it, bub. Like I said before, I proxy a lot of cards. I just think it's fun. You get to play test more stuff. And I certainly have this in here. I don't remember what exactly my proxy of Unnatural Growth would be. So let's look through that by the end. All right, we're going to end with Captain America. Love me some Steve Rogers. He's very fun in the comics. Is he fun? I'm not sure that he's fun, but I enjoy the ethos of the man.
I know who I am. I rescue the helpers. I raise up the hopeless. I don't measure people's lives. I save them.
Well, there you go. Thanks for being a part of the Secret Lair. How nice. Never buying that again. How messed up would it be if I just flung those? Let's see the last one. Ooh, Captain America First Avenger, red, white, and blue. I know everybody loves to talk about the red, white, and blue thing. I was checking. The moment I saw it, I had to double check, do a sanity check to see if it was the normal one. And it wasn't. It's usually white, red, blue, I think. Uberg or whatever. But there is one, the Minotaur, that I think attacks every turn if it's forced to and do it randomly. That one's also red, white, and blue for whatever reason. So for 3 mana, he's a human soldier hero. He throws 3 mana unattached equipment from Captain America. He deals damage equal to that equipment's mana value divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. And catch, at the beginning of combat on your turn, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to Captain America. So 3 mana for 4/4 is already pretty good. He gets silly quick. I also love it if you have Death Touch on him, and then you unattach one of his anything with 3 mana, you can kill and just knock off 3 creatures immediately for 3 mana, unless you use Training Grounds, which knocks it down to 1 mana, which is just absurd. Captain America's Aid, Cigar's Aid, not bad, not bad. You can cast auras and equipments as though it has flash, which is always very nice. Whenever an equipment you control enters, you may attach it to target creature you control. Just lovely, just absolutely perfect for this guy. Flawless Maneuver, I am saddened that this is a part of it. Not this one, it's a good card. It's a fine card. It's just not especially strong, I guess. I thought like Teferi's Protection would be cooler. Yeah, see, this is affecting all creatures. If you control your commander, you can cast this without paying it. And then creatures you control gain indestructible. It protects against some board wipes. If we're going to do the whole, like, hey, protect everything, give some cards of value, Teferi's Protection seems like it'd be a better choice. In the Trenches, creatures you control get +1/+1. It's alright. It's a fine anthem for 3 mana. And then you could pay 6, exile target non-land permanent you don't control. Until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Activate as a sorcery and only once. Only once, come on. It's red, white, and blue. I'm not using a ton of mana. Give me something here. And then Shield of War and Peace. This one hurts me a little bit. I appreciate them putting swords. I don't care for this sword. 3 mana. This is equipped creature gets +2/+2 and gains protection from red and white. It's not bad. You know, getting protection from Path to Exile and all those other ones. It's nice. Whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, this equipment deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand, and you gain 1 life for each number of the cards in yours. Very meh. I get there's blue. I understand you're gonna get a lot of cards, but it's not great. Like I would have liked it if you had something else for this for maybe a different sword, and then instead you put something like Hammer of Nazrim or something, which feels very appropriate. Masterwork of Ingenuity. All right, you may have this equipment enter as a copy of an equipment on the battlefield. That's very pretty. The design is very nice. It's all a bunch of flowers. It's very cute. The shield is a symbol. Find what you believe in and what you stand for, and you'll have your shield too. Let's sleeve these up. America. Yeah! All right. So these aren't bad. I will say this is the one deck, like with most of the cards, I'm just not putting in the deck. The other ones feel like they fit a lot. These ones just feel very like they do a subpar job for what you want for a Captain America deck. So all in all, these are kind of pretty neat cards. I really love the original designs of 3 of them, 2 of them. You know, this is really neat. This is, you know, Black Panther is unique. I'll give it that, but it doesn't feel like it really swings in the same leagues as the others. In terms of the secret card arts, I've got to say, I'm enjoying the fact that they're all holographic, they're all shiny, and none of them are bent. I know a lot of people got really warped cards. I think I got bypassed with that. But I will say, if I had to pick 2, if we're putting them in order of ones that I enjoy the most, ooh, these are actually really tough. I'm going to say, oh, he looks so heroic. Snickbub, yeah, this seems to be the order. Snickbub, Masterwork, Nature's Lore. They just look like they're having such a good time. These 2 together, and then this kind of horror show. Very nice. Now we're going to take a quick break. Thank you for coming and watching. And as a little extra, a little tidbit, we're going to go through some of the proxies I made for these guys and the little deck list. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below. I'm probably not going to do any more Secret Lores, but we might be able to do some more fun deck stuff. I'll be back. All right, let's take a look at these proxies that I made. Let's see the sort of decks. Let's see how they stack up to the real thing. All right, so we have, here's the deck. So here's the real card, and here's the proxy that I made. Color's a little off, but otherwise I think it actually doesn't look too bad. You sit at a table and you take a quick glance at that, I don't think you're going to be able to tell which one's the real thing without the little shiny bit at the bottom. Save you a load of money, that's for sure. So some of the cards I have in here, generous gift, you know. It's not bad. I always thought that was actually a pretty solid one. So I did kind of, probably shouldn't have skimped out on the lands, but on the lands I did skimp out on doing anything, you know, extra special with these. Steal the Godhead. I really wanted to incorporate as much blue equipment and weird cool enchantment stuff as I could in this deck. That made sense, considering in any Voltron deck, you really don't get a lot of blue. Now this gives you lifelink, +1/+1, and unblockable, which is just so good in a Voltron deck. Also, Captain America becomes a werewolf at some point, and that's just, it seemed like it'd be a fun little, you know, it's also an aura enchantment, so it feels really natural that he's becoming a werewolf. Skip through some of these. Ooh, here's Mjolnir. This is from the art from when Fear Itself, I believe. I pulled that from the comic. And I don't know if this is one of them. In some of the Photoshop for some of the art, I did take out some of the text box and then use some of the Photoshop tools to edit them out, in and out. Let's see. Yes. Nezahim, Hammer of Nezahim. This is the only direct shield card I have, and I really thought 4 mana seems appropriate for his shield. And whenever it or another equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. Come on, he's bouncing the shield, it comes right in. It feels so much more appropriate than the sword. It gets +2 and indestructible, right? +2 for, you know, beating somebody's head in or damn near chopping it off, and then indestructible, because come on, because if Wolverine's not going to get indestructible, which I get, at least Cap should. Forged anew. This is right after Fear Itself, after his shield got shattered. It's got a little line, can't quite see it too crazy, but you know, it feels nice. Wasn't that Groot? What was your Groot? I had a big list of Groot. Oh no, Masterwork of Ingenuity. I don't have that in the deck, but who knows now. Armored Sky Hunter. Sam, not bad, you know, it might be better art for Sam out there, but I thought it seemed very, you know, he's going to catch, doing the Armored Sky Hunter thing. It seemed appropriate. Talisman of Creativity, Ant-Man's Helmet. Doctor Strange, he's just kind of, he's using his magics, he's making everything cost a little less. Not bad. Sword of Vengeance. It is shockingly hard to find good Punisher art where he, doesn't have where you can see his symbol and he's using a sword. I kept looking for a crowbar or a baseball bat or something. Couldn't find it. It was very weird. You can see the new ones where he's got that weird new Oni sort of skull on it. I don't care for that. The Caucasus Staff of Hermes. Now there's a bit of lifelink in here. We've seen one of them already, but I thought the Phoenix Force, getting life back, getting a lot of damage. It seems, you know, this sort of the Phoenix concept plus the what is it? Not just indestructible, but he's also just not taking any damage at all. That's the extra fun part. So there's no way of like dealing damage and getting -1/-1s or something. Like you're not hurting this guy. Oh yeah, austere command. So I get a lot of these images. You could read that for yourself. I get a lot of these images from Pinterest. So I found this. I thought it was very nice, very fun, sort of like a spiteful card. And then I couldn't find a high-res quality of it, and then I tried to upscale it, and then I ruined the image. I couldn't find it myself, so I refound this image without any of that, and then just kind of recreated it. Dawn's Truce. Oh, come on, look at that. You're gifting something there. Dawn's coming down at him, protecting you, giving permanents you control, hexproof and indestructible. I just think that feels nice. You know, Deserted Beach, usually, I really don't like a lot of the Doctor Who art on Magic cards. It just really feels inappropriate, and I get it. Marvel, it's becoming Funko, awful Fortnite, but it feels in theme. Training Grounds, he's fighting with Shang-Chi in Secret Avengers or something. I had to Photoshop a lot of the text box out, but it felt nice. So some of these are a little bit of a stretch. Fearless Voyager doing Hawkeye, he's going to be here. I'm thinking in my head, he's giving you a lot of value. He's kind of scoping around. He's messing with people. Yeah, I imagine he's like shooting arrows connected to like things at you, and that's why you're grabbing them. And then, Indestructible is him watching out for you. Black Knight, get the Black Knight sword, reforged, just 1-for-1 perfect, like Mjolnir was. Cauldra complete. Now, I've got another one of these here. I'm still not certain as to which one I like more. So this is I know people are like, don't have side decks of cards, but I like having a small little side deck of cards. So really, as I'm tuning in a deck, I couldn't tell which one was nice. I saw that the Cauldra Complete had that fun black art. I thought with this style of this, it looked just so good. My wife says this looks better. I'm not sure. In the comments, let me know which one you think, because then I'll use that one in the deck. I get it. It's Captain America. I could have used, hold on, now I understand. It's got living weapon on it. I could have used the Hydra cap, technically, because I'm pretty sure he's the Beyonder and he's the thing, but I really just kind of dislike that era of comics anyway. So Basilisk Collar, she's got the sting. I thought, hey, that kind of fits, I imagine. So for stuff like this, how do you translate that in your head to something like this? If it's not directly a collar, how is he actually doing the death touch? Is she sneezing? Is he getting infected? I imagine his hands are just kind of getting these powers, maybe, and it's kind of transferring over to him. Is he wearing the gloves? Maybe. Who knows? Key to the Vault. His thing is covered in Infinity Stones. I thought the possibilities and the ability to kind of grab anything you want really fit with the Infinity Stones. So that seemed like a fun little thing. Divine Reckoning. Hopefully I have not been looking at the camera. Hopefully I haven't been screwing this up the whole time. But, he's punching Gambit in the face. It's coming back at you. Ooh! Halavar, God of Battle. So I imagine there's going to be plenty of Thor decks, plenty of all that jazz. And I don't usually like the ultimates, but I thought that this picture just went so perfect with Halavar, how he usually looks. And then on the back, bam, Godslayer sword. I had to Photoshop a lot of that nonsense out. I don't know if you can tell that it's been Photoshopped out, but it's Thor's nice card, the one he killed. Oh God, what's Jurnir? Oh goodness, I can't remember that Norse god's name, but he kills the giant snake, the world serpent, with it, and it's very nice. We'll try to go a little bit quicker. Reliquary Tower, Baxter Building. I thought it'd be fun. That's the one where it's in space. Dissection Tools. Oh, Moon Knight. See, I really could not find good art. In my head, it's so vivid of him cutting off that other dude's face, but I couldn't find any good art of him actually doing it in high res. So I had to Photoshop in the corner that little the picture of, I can't even remember whose face he cuts off. So I was either going to do this one or when the clock dude has him all tied up and he's like pulling out vertebrae out of his spine for Dissection Tools, but either one are pretty cool. Bitterthorn, Mrs. Animist, just Daredevil, gotta get him in there as weird little things. Very fun. Scram, Senior Artificer, the Beast. He's not just an X-Man. He's a fun Avenger sometimes. Shadow Spear. Oh, it's Odin's Spear. Come on. There's Thor in there. Teferi's Protection. Tell me Alex Ross's art isn't just peak. It's not the best thing you've ever seen. Just every time. Brunar Battlehammer. Lovely. Got to get some Wonder Man in there. He's a weird cat. I feel like people forgot about him. Talisman is Progress. Okay, so this is the most homoerotic art I could possibly find for this. It was unintentional. I was trying to find something with the thing. I looked at my wife, like, does this look gay to you? She's like, that is the gayest thing I've ever seen. You be the judge. You let me know. Intrepid Archaeologist. Let's get a little Moon Knight in there. He's just so... It's just fun and spooky. He's a little kooky. He's a little not all there. Nettle Cyst, get a little Ultron. God bless Ultron. I hate the movies. I hate what they did to him. Don't make him Tony Starks. Give Ant-Man something. Give Hank Pym a little something. Come on, life smacks him around. You have writers never letting him forget he smacked his wife. He's one time. He was having a mental episode. Have some... give the guy a break. Well of Lost Dreams. The sheer amount of lifelink in here, I thought we can get a little... It's a little contingent. He doesn't have any lifelink on him. I might cut it just because... I do have some side options we'll go into in a minute. Battle Skull, get a little Ghost Rider. It gets affected with Ghost Rider, but it comes there because it's a demon. I thought it was fitting. Let's go. Colossal Hammer. Don't have a lot of Hulk representation. I think this is the only one in here. But Fear itself, once again, you can tell what event. I didn't even really like the event. It wasn't a good event, but it just kind of sat big in my mind. And there's like a lot of weapons in there that seemed appropriate. Soul Ring. I was going to do Captain America's leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. suit with the little rings, but I just saw this art and I just thought it was way too cool. This is, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of filler. It's just her little gauntlets. Why does it give you land? I'm stretching. I need something better. I'll be honest with you. Ooh, this feels good. She feels like an old card. I thought the old art of Tony's dad. It's his friend a little bit from the war. It felt great. This is when Avengers disassembled. This is one of the last pages. It's him saying farewell to the Avengers and all of your stuff. It's a lot better than Austere Command and its silliness. Leyline Axe, look at that art. Just look at that. Look at the people in the background. Look at them just staring at that thing. Man, that's how I feel when I saw that there's a Leyline double strike. Like, that's just silly. Too absurd. Embercleave, some more cool Pinterest art. Oh, come on. Grafted Exoskeleton. This beautiful art from Chainsaw Man creator. I can't remember his name. Weird, funky background, kind of incorporated. I thought it kind of looked neat. I don't know. Maybe it looks garish and ugly to some people. But incorporating some of the back, it kind of looks like a weird miasma. I can't really tell what's going on, but I think that it draws the eye to the center of the card while you still feel this ominous feeling in the background. Ooh, Brotherhood Regalia. Get the true successor, get a little Bucky there, Bucky in the background, and then the weird bodysuit Captain America one after Bucky came back. Swiftfoot Boots, his motorcycle feels good. Excalibur, I mean, come on. I think this was like a trading card art, and I kind of extended the sides a little bit and erased some of the bits. Spear of Leonidas. I mean, just come on, get a little Captain Marvel in there. He died of cancer, give him a break. Talisman of Conviction, there you go. Ooh, Loxodon Warhammer. Not bad. Just fun. Get a little lifelink with those fists going there. Now this was a gigantic pain. I know Magic doesn't use guns really ever, but really, that's two things. Really quick. One, the Thunder Junction. There's just so close. What's the point? Why are we even playing this game? But two, this has Annihilator. And also, such a perfect card for this that it just seemed like a shame to not use it, and I just really didn't want that weird, awful art, and there's no non-extended art. So what I had to do, small quick thing, I got the art, I removed the top and the text there. I did a layer of the background that I wanted. I then put this, I made it like 40% opacity. I put another one of these on top of it with 30% opacity, and then another one of the bottom on top of that with 30% opacity. So you can, there's like small fragments of detail of the original card art, but you can't really tell, but you can see his art underneath. So it kind of looks like a full art effect. I'm a fan of it. I thought it looks neat. You let me know. And if Magic's gonna have any gun, let it have this as the Annihilator. Like, just come on. It seems like it's gonna fit. Got a little Art Deco for Cap. Ooh, little 60s, the one true Nick Fury. Samuel Jackson's fun. He's fine. Nick Fury Jr., whatever. But a little 60s funk, I dig it. Command Tower, there you go. Little Avengers. Swords to Plowshare. Avengers disassembled. She-Hulk's brains all messed up. I think she rips out Jack Flag, or is it the Vision? She's doing one of them. Blacksmith's Talent. Some beautiful art. Some beautiful, beautiful Iron Man art. Whirlwind of Thought, some Doctor Strange, some more neat Pinterest art, some artist who's I'm not giving proper credit to, I'm sorry. Sword of Feast and Famine. Come on, Beta Ray Bill, my boy. Lovely. Of course, it's like a Odin's Hammer. Of course, it's going to be a little green, a little black. Champion's Helm. Look at that. Come on, Nova Core. So sick. Let's see. What else do we got? We'll hurry this up. Little card draw in blue. Polywog Prodigy. Oh, Ant-Man, my man. Little Hank Pym has all of his little things. Crafter of Wonders. He's crafting all those personas and all that schizophrenia. I guess I'm going to have to replace this with the real thing. So that's going to be nice. Pure Steel Paladin. Little Bucky. Ooh, Cogsworth, Handy Helper. I mean, he's a helper to read. He's basically Cogsworth. I like to see commanders you control have Ward too. He's not letting you get past. Not the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. Arcane Signet. Not bad work. Little Iron Man, High Lord Artificer. Tell me that's not perfect. This is just more ramp in red, blue, white. Alex Ross, once again, excellent. He seems like the type to help him throw some stuff out there, make it cost a little less. Winged Boots, that's the first thing I thought of. I wanted to give him a little evasion, a little ward. I don't know how else to cut off Namor's feet. If anybody deserves it, Namor does. He's kind of an ass. Oh yeah, then single combat. Tell me that's not fun. All right, that was a long time. I'm not sure how much more we have in this, but I'm going to put this away and we're going to do one more. Oh, wait, no, we still haven't seen the last bit, the alt arts. Ooh, if you guys have sitting around this long, I appreciate you. Just having a little fun. Cauldron Complete, Hex Plate, this is a little Quasar. Having the extra turn with those bands just seemed appropriate. I'm not sure which one I'd want to take out. Thran Power Suit, the Destroyer armor with a little Odin in it. It seems appropriate. It gives him Ward 2. That sounds right. Is it Signet? Spidey Signal. Boros Signet, little white and red. Ah, yes, our Wasp. I didn't forget her. She's right there. She's the Signet itself. She could have been one of the other ones. I just wanted to put her on the Signet, and then I kind of realized I had to cut it. Who knows? I might need more mana, and then I'll put her back in. She's an original Avenger, after all. So there's that. And then we have... So let me know what you think about my deck list there. I could post it in the comments if you guys want. I thought the sleeves were nice. And then we have Wolverine. Nice little blue for the X-Men. And then the green and black. More X-Men stuff. All right. So I'm missing a couple green forests. I'm waiting for them to come in the mail. I just kind of ran out, I guess. Shadow Spear. Oh, so that seems just so right. Having the Masamusa blade for it, removing lifelink or hexproof and indestructible, killing your healing factor. Soul Ring. that just seems like fun. Swiftfoot Boots. Now this one felt way more appropriate. Sort of Phoenix Force on the claws, gives Wolverine a little buff. Lets him the Phoenix Force kind of growing life. You get more lands. Swords of Vengeance, just pretty art. Berserk art. Hey, would you look at that? Could you tell the difference at a glance? Maybe you could. I could. Tyvar's Stand. Plenty of good art with that. Gift of a Viper. A recent card that's so good in Skullbriar. It's just painful. It's too good. Beast Within. Just getting some claws in his back. I'll ram through. This is, I think, my favorite card art for any of it. Just watching him just shink it in his head. What is he doing? This is when he's going out in the jungle with him in the Savage Lands, and the Hulk is there for whatever. That's Amadeus Cho. That's not Bruce Banner. Prize Fight. Here he goes. It's just wonderful art. Whoever did it. Inscription of Abundance. I didn't even read this run. I just found a bunch of really cool grass art that kind of looked neat. This one I might have to redo. He's looking, this is after he starts taking over the school. There's a bunch of small night crawlers taking his booze, and he's saying something. If I can't even read it here, come back, you stupid blue rats. Yeah, I guess that's kind of fun, but it kind of defeats the purpose. You can't tell. Oh, Bruce Timm art. Come on. Oh, Bruce Timm. You love it. Hydra's growth. There's not good art of him turning into hulked out Wolverine. So I thought that the sort of concept art for it would be good. I'm not saying there's not good art, but there's no good art that translates to the card to get the proportions right. Rancor, that seems appropriate. Hunter's talent, the less you can see, the better. It's just kind of more, you can imagine what's happening with his hand above. Wilderness reclamation. Not bad, just going nature, well rested, ooh-la-dee-da. We've seen enough of that, 2 seconds. Bear Umbra, something, oh my goodness. Bonds of Mortality. Just, there's some good Hulk representation in this deck. Unnatural Growth. Which one do you think I should keep in the deck? You tell me. Wild Growth. Kind of neat. Looks more like an enchantment that's keeping something hidden. Keen Senses. There was between this one and the Ultimates where the Hulk rips him in half and he's trying to smell for his legs that are a couple miles away. Rhythm of the Wild. Rite of Passage. You know these. Season of Growth. Just kind of fun art. Alpha Authority. Apparently everybody's turned into werewolves. Who knows why, but well, he was fighting werewolves here. And then his Healing Factor cured him of his lycanthropy. Hardened Scales. It doesn't really feel appropriate. Probably should be a kill spell at some point, but you know, you get to see his bones. That's during Civil War, right? When he's trying to hunt down Nitro, I think. Branching Evolution, all the different timelines of, or I guess it's him just through the years. From when he's a boy to when he's like a James Bond effectively, and all sorts of other things. Oh, we have Arbor Elf with Kitty Pryde. Very cute. Biophagist, come on, it's what's his face? It's I can't remember his name right now on the top of my head. I don't. Mr. Sinister. Hey, we've got the Beast again. His 90s look, very fun, very cool. He's less of a cat, more of just an animal. Fun little Dazzler. No, she's not Dazzler. What am I thinking? Jubilee. She's not a vampire here. No vampire Jubilee on this deck. Fantastic fanatic of Ronus. The little Miss Marvel girl in that action. Ooh, a little Iceman, Forgotten Ancient, my favorite character. I've got a story I wrote for him. It would be very fun arc, and I think it'd be a fun little button to put in the whole sort of young versions of them. Hannah and Elena partners. You know, this one single guy, probably better duo you can put, but it just seems First Strike and Reach with Cyclops and sort of buffing his teammates just feels very appropriate. I think Bruce Timm art? I don't even know. Seems, maybe not, but kind of like Doctor Strange in the other deck, just kind of making everything cost less. Kami of Whispered Hopes. Ooh, very nice. All the psychics are mana dorks. Lizard Blades. Can you tell why I picked the art? That's right. It's Spike. Spike? There's not a lot of good art of her, except this one. Yes, the Cajun man himself. And then his girlfriend. Ooh, she seems fun. She seems like she'd be good to give everybody Death Touch. Oh, Psylocke. What a just gorgeous art from X-Force. She's trying to defend them from killing Kid Apocalypse. Vigor, Darwin, great. The X-Men movie where they killed him made me so annoyed. Ooh, yes. Hunger Dominus. Phoenix Force Gene. Just perfect. Bunch of mountains. Are we all done? Are we going through? Ooh, Bewildered Bridgeworks. Or did I say Bewildered? Just Bridgeworks Battle. So for these, I kind of sleeve them. Do double sides. I couldn't find really good art to fit both, but I just thought that sufficed, you know? A Beastie Beatdown. Wolverine is getting just thwomped in this deck, except for this one. Just Bushwhack. It's just perfect. Primal Might, there's a little card art, but you can read this one. They tried to replace everything that made the man, and they thought they could control the animal. Oh, it's good. It's just fun. Farseek, we see some Colossus going and looking out. That's before Colossus fights the Hulk. Chandra's Ignition, that just feels appropriate. Nature's Lore, Blasphemous Act. Leave in the comments if you know where this is from. This is the worst thing Wolverine's ever done. I'm surprised they didn't use that in the Deadpool Wolverine movie, which I saw last night. It was okay. Contest of Claws. Very pretty art from a very pretty run. Basilisk Collar. Iconic art. Ooh, Bone Sabers. Lovely. Whoever has this art book online, it's very neat. It's the anatomy of Marvel people. And this just feels appropriate. It's very, it kind of looks like the Tyranid thing. You're getting 4 things. He's got 3 arms. Brotherhood Regalia. Photoshopped that a little bit, but looks good. Ooh, Doming Gate. Once again, Fear itself. Fiend Lash. Nice. Haunted Cloak. This is where he becomes one of the Apocalypse, Riders of the Apocalypse. Hunter's Bow. Come on, Fastball Special. That's fun. I think it's fun. Mage Slayer. Get a little Nightcrawler action. Ooh, Power Fist. I think they're clever. I don't know. Maybe I'm silly, but... And then that's it. And then I have a couple of my side deck here. There's a little bit more Nightcrawler representation. Colossus's sister. I don't know. I haven't read a lot of books with her in it. Cultivate. Shame that art's not in the deck. And then you have Armor from the Joss Whedon run. Yeah, that's just it's all Armor. I like her. She's fun. And those are the decks. Thank you for sitting with me through these. Let me know what you think of the deck list, which you've kind of seen going through it. You can imagine how many lands are in here from everything else that you've seen. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about these cards, what you think about the things. Let me know if you want to hear about the stories or see any of the other decks I have. I have 4 of those fun, what is it? Big containers full of commander decks. Most of them are proxies. Some of them are art. And we could talk about it later. But until then, I've been CEO.